Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Danganronpa. We are about to start Chapter 4's class trial. There's one thing I want to point out, one thing I've noticed. Sakura has no blood on her hands, therefore she couldn't have written the dying message. It had to have been someone else. And considering that conflict between Toko and Aoi, I'm very suspicious of Aoi. But nothing's set in stone. Nothing's set in stone. We need to go through the process of the trial before pointing fingers.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
Just like the last trial.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Straight into it, huh? What bullets do I get? Okay.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
I think I know what to do. Let's see if it works. Some concrete reason why Hina suspects those three specifically. I'm sure she mentioned it before.
It was one of you killed.
And what reason do you...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't...
That's the only reason you have her accused?
Alrighty. Okay. Off to a great start. Off to a great start. Fantastic.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Basic information.
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's a good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it?
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, that one was easy. That one was also laid out very well. I like that.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy.
Okay.
So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
But there was another rapper with Sakura.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
So why were you still holding on to it?
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is... Hiro got the candy from... I feel like that's not definite enough. It's one of these, but what? Ah, God. No.
Shoot!
Alright, well. 4 hearts in 3 instances. That's fantastic.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was...
What are you trying to do here? Because I don't believe you're the killer. I believe you're trying to cover up who did it. I believe you're trying to mislead people.
Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Okay, so why would you admit otherwise?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
What did you talk about?
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Yeah?
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
Nice, dude. What would a shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
Except Sayaka's message was intended to reveal the true killer.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Yes, when?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was... on the magazine shelf?
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. I guarantee you I'm gonna die here.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body, but at that time, where was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
No, that's wrong.
Fantastic.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby.
I must have completely overlooked that detail because I do not remember that at all.
That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then.
It's these details that I... oh my god.
Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it?
Everything matters, apparently.
All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
The what now?
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message
Now
in the first place?
This is something that I know for sure because her hands didn't have any blood and someone must have wrote the message with the blood.
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
I don't think that statement has much validity after the past 5 minutes. Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. What is this? Oh, bullet time battle.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Well, that went pretty flawlessly.
This should prove it.
That wasn't bad.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Okay.
He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
So that the blame would be placed on Toko and he would go free?
Because I killed her!
What? How and why? You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened.
Please do, I need some enlightenment here.
I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure. Thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. Okay, alrighty. I guess the promise of releasing that hostage was too much of a temptation. I'm going to end everything, or maybe the downfall of Monokuma.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head.
That's blow number 1. What about blow number 2?
I hit her from behind, before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
Okay, how does the chemicals, how does that poison come into play? How does the protein bottle and the glass and the 2 blows to the head and other such clues?
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
This is too easy. There's something more.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
Cover all the bases, uncover all the truths.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? What would he have had to do after writing the message? Why he picked Toko? Why the magazine was hidden? Yes, why you? Damn it.
Shoot!
Well, I'm wondering that too, but I guess that's wrong.
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
And who's to say she died after that first blow? What about the second one? What about the poison?
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
So... never mind.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't like what had been written. There's only one choice.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right?
Let's be honest. If you saw your name written in blood in a magazine, would you not be suspicious and terrified?
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right?
So you two went to the rec room. What about Byakuya? Did he go to the rec room? At some point. He didn't necessarily have to see Sakura. He just could have gone to the rec room at some point.
Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. And I have to prove that. Okay.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious?
Okay, this one's easy.
Hiro really is the killer!
This one I feel like I know it.
I didn't want to, but I did. I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once.
There we go. Alright.
No, that's wrong. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
She is a self-proclaimed expert.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
Someone came in and finished the job.
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Because both bottles were missing. Wait a minute. If there was only one bottle near her body, where was the other one?
Hold on! How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle.
So where did the other one go?
But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
Could it have been... I don't know.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
Because there's 2 missing places?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
There's 2 missing chess pieces. The Queen and the Knight. The connection must be... It's the object that the Monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding. Really? Okay, sure. There we go. Easy.
Now I understand. That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was...
The Knight? The Knight.
If I remember.
So where's the Queen?
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
Good job, Aoi. Good job putting your brain to work.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Then the bottle that was missing... It was excited? What? Nah, God. Why would I say that? Why would I say that? The bottle that was missing was broken? So, if the second bottle is broken, then where are its remnants? Was it cleaned up and placed somewhere else? Because we did the experiment with the night bottle. So, okay, I understand now. I'm not completely awake, as you can tell.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just 1 broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves that is Kyoko and I figured it up for... Magazine shelf bloodstain? Glass shards on the floor, figure on the floor. Bottle experiment. So, are these remnants... Are they from 2 bottles? Is that why it's heavier? I'm just gonna try this.
I got it!
Oh, wow, cool.
Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So where did the other Monokuma figure go? Is it hiding in someone's pocket?
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime.
And that explains why Sakura had 2 head wounds, finishing the job.
But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by some bowling aficionados, okay? Sakura's second attacker. Regaining
The bottle
health.
that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
Alright, it's been half an hour, so I think I'll stop it there. Thank you very much for watching. That was part 1 of the 4th trial. Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc is available on Steam and the Vita for $30. The sequel Goodbye Despair is also available on Steam and the Vita for $30. Please pick them up because they are quite good games. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Toodaloo.